What's something your family did when you were a kid that feels disturbing now? When I was 8, I spent most of my afternoons at my aunt's house while my parents worked. She had an old house on the edge of town with a dark, unfinished basement. You know the type: stone walls, single dangling light bulb, cold year-round. We weren't supposed to go down there, but kids don't listen. One day, my older cousin Sarah told me about a game she and her brother used to play when they were little. She said it was called Stay Quiet, Stay Safe. The rules were simple. Go down into the basement, turn off the light, and sit in the dark. If you heard breathing that wasn't yours, you weren't supposed to say anything. You just waited. If you stayed quiet long enough, the breathing would stop, and you won. I thought it was just one of those creepy pretend games older kids make up to scare you, but I was stupidly eager to prove I wasn't afraid, so I did it. I went down alone that afternoon. Sarah turned off the light and closed the door behind me. It was pitch black. At first I just sat in silence, then I heard it, slow, raspy breathing. Not mine, not from upstairs either. It was close, behind me, but I stayed still. I remembered the rule: stay quiet, stay safe. The breathing moved closer, then stopped suddenly. I waited for someone to jump out or laugh or flick the light on. Nothing happened. I must have sat there for 10 minutes, frozen. When Sarah finally opened the door, she was laughing like it was just a dumb prank. I played it cool and laughed too. But here's the part that's haunted me for over 20 years. A few weeks later, I asked my aunt about the game. She looked confused and said, Sarah never had a brother. I thought she was joking, but she was serious. Sarah was an only child. I even asked my parents. Same answer. No cousin named Jacob, no brother, no one. I confronted Sarah. She got weirdly quiet and just said, "You weren't supposed to remember that." Then she laughed like she was joking, but her eyes didn't. That basement is gone now. The house was torn down years ago. But every once in a while, especially when it's dark and quiet, I swear I hear that same breathing again. The worst part? To this day, everyone else just shrugs it off as a silly childhood story. But I remember what I felt in that basement. And I remember the breathing wasn't mine.